change the oil on my Scout Bobber 20. Pretty easy procedure. I'm going to be using the Scout oil change kit. Makes everything easy. All the parts and stuff that you need in there, all the oil, the crush washers are in there. The other thing I'm using is a oil catch from TCMT. So they sent me this to try out, and I'm going to give it a shot. Looks pretty cool. What you do is you take these two plugs out of here and then lay it down. Oil drips in there, and then it's actually ends up being like a jerry can type of thing. So excited to try this out. I use something similar to this for my cars, so it's nice and low profile, as you can see, for the bikes. So super excited about that. So I'll slide that under there. I'll pull you around here and I'll show you some of the tools I'm going to use, and then we'll get right into it. All right, so we've already ran through the catch right here, the oil catch. This is going to be the Indian right here. This is going to be the Indian kit. And then I'm going to try to get the filter off with this filter wrench. We'll play it by ear, see what happens. I've got a torque wrench up here. So we're going to be torquing the bolts down to 15 foot-pounds. And then we've got a 6mm Allen right here that we're going to be using on a socket. Aside from that, behind here I've got a funnel. And first thing I'm going to do is open up the garage, because I've got to start the bike up, get it to operating temperature. It's cold outside, so I'm just going to run it in here for about 30 seconds, get the engine nice and warm, and that should help the oil and come out quicker. So I'll go ahead and start. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is take my 6mm and I want to get down, and there should be here and here are going to be the two bolts that we need to break loose. So I've already broken those loose prior to getting under here, but that's what you want to do. Just get them under here with a ratchet, break them loose. And the next thing I want to do is now slide the oil pan underneath them. The pan slid underneath, and what I'm going to do is take these the rest of the way out. There's the oil. And we'll just let this drain out. So one of the things I do in the cars, I don't think it's a bad idea on a motorcycle either, but I usually will open up the filler hole just to give it a little bit more breathing room so I can get the oil to drain quicker. Just a little tip if you wanted to do that. So inside the kit, you've got two crush washers, part number 104865. There's a Polaris number on there as well. You get two of these because there's two drain plugs. You get the Polaris oil filter. There's the number on that. And you get 4 quarts of 15W60 in this kit. So again, that's what I'm going to use because it's just easy. It's all in one box. If you guys wanted to order the stuff separately, there's some part numbers for cross-reference. Otherwise, that's what the box looks like. While we're waiting on that, I'm going to see if I can get a better view to the oil filter, which is behind the horn. So I've got my 6mm again, put it on extension. Okay, so I took this 6mm bolt out, just drop the horn kind of out of the way, and then you can see this is our oil filter. So I'm going to try to get that off. Try my hand, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So I'm going to try to get a strap wrench around it. All right, so another cool thing about this oil pan is that it's low profile enough and long enough where you can also take the oil filter off at the same time. So I'm going to get under here with a good wrench. Strap wrench wasn't working, so I had to go get a specific oil wrench. There we go. That's off, and we'll let that drain from there. Couple things to keep in mind. Crush washer was actually stuck at the bottom of the engine casing. I pried it off. The one here, I didn't see it until just recently, and it is right here. So it actually came off, which is good. What I'm telling you this for is because you want to make sure you account for both of those. You're not going to reuse them, but you also don't want to double up on these crush washers. These are going to be thrown away. You've got new ones in the kit that will go on here. You just don't want to double up on those, putting them in, because you will have a leak. So, all right, I'm going to let this continue to leak out, drain all the oil. Takes a little while, and then I will join you back. Okay, so I've cleaned the surface where the oil filter is going to go back on, and what I'm doing now is taking some of the new oil, getting it on my finger, and then I put it on the rubber surface here. You can see it's kind of shiny now. So that's going to allow us to spin this on, get a nice good seal. So we're just going to get it all the way until you feel it kind of touch, right? And then you don't want to torque this thing down, so you just want to do like another maybe 3/4 to a full turn. So they're good. I'm just putting it on by hand. I'm not going to use a wrench to do that, because you don't want that to be a pain in the ass to get off. Okay, so got that. Got our trash crush washers we are not going to use. Keep those to the side. Now what I'm going to do, the dripping is just about stopped. So I'm going to get these bolts cleaned up. You can do that off camera. I'll put the new crush washers on them, and we will join you back in a second. All right, we've got the filter back on. We've got the new filter, I should say. We've got the horn reconnected. And then I've got 2 of these with the new crush washers. So I'm going to just thread these in carefully by hand. And as the flow gets slower, the bike, it starts to drip on more of the frame. So you want to probably going to want to take a rag and just wipe off the bottom of the bike to make sure it's all dry. That way you don't have a leak, or think you have a leak later when it's just some stuff dripping off the bottom. And also, you just don't want to get hot and burn that oil off, because that's going to stink. So I'm just wiping up under here. And these are only finger tight right now. So what we should see is nothing really dripping out, because for one, there's no oil in the bike. And I've got the holes plugged. And again, they're just finger tight for now. We're going to torque these down in a second. Okay, so got my torque wrench set to 15 foot-pounds. And now I'm just going to make sure these are tightened to spec. That's the front one. There we go. So those are 15 foot-pounds, and the bike is back together. So now it's just a matter of putting oil in it. So I'll take you to the other side of the bike. All right, so now it's time to put the oil back in the bike. So what I want to do is, here's the dipstick. So we're going to pull that out. I've already had it, like I said earlier, loosened up. And just make sure everything's clean-ish there. Put the funnel in. And the kit comes with 4 quarts, like I said earlier. We will possibly not use all of it. So we're gonna I'll put 3 in right now. Actually, I'll probably put 3.5 in, and then we'll take a measurement, and then I'll join you back. So just make sure the funnel's in there so you don't make a mess of things. I'll join you back after more oil. Okay, so I put about 3.25, maybe a little bit more than that, quarts in. I'm going to start the bike up, let it run for a little bit, then check the oil again. All right, so I'm checking the levels. So hopefully you can see where it says full. It adds right here and full's right there. So hopefully you guys can see that. So what I'm going to do, clean it off first. Clean off the dipstick, and then I'm going to put it back in there. Be careful because this is hot, because it just had the bike running. So, and mine is about halfway between the add and full. So I could probably put some more in. It's not totally necessary, but as long as you're between those 2 lines, you should be pretty safe. Don't want to overfill it, and you don't want it to be dry. So probably what I'm going to do is I'll run it like this for a little bit under some normal conditions. Keep the rest of this oil that's in that quart, and then top it off after it's been got a couple miles under it. Right now it's pretty cold, so it's going to be just sitting in the garage. Yeah, so it's the high side between add and full right now. So I'm right here. So I think I'm pretty safe. All right, so that's really all there is to oil change on a Scout bobber. Actually, this will work. Same procedure for a Scout 60, Scout bobber 60, Scout Rogue 60.
Coconut shrimp, pepper shrimp, shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp and potatoes.
Yeah, you get the picture. All right, so the oil pan comes with these little plugs. And what you do is you just screw them back in here. And you screw these back in here. There's my crush washers. I'm going to throw those away, throw in the filter away. So all I need to do now is throw these bits here away, kind of wipe this off and clean it up, and then I've got a handle that I can carry this to AutoZone or some of these other places that actually will take care of my oil. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to wipe this down. I'll probably open this back up for now to push more oil into it. Wipe it all down, take it to AutoZone or your normal, wherever you go. Just don't put it in the street, don't put it in the grass. And you can take this and they will dispose of the oil for you. So that's really it. So thanks for watching. Appreciate everybody's good comments. If you've got any other tips or tricks on this or any questions, let me know. Really all you need to know, 15 foot-pounds on the oil pan bolts. Use the new crush washers. Make sure you have and throw away the old ones. Put the filter on snug, hand tight, and then go another 3/4 of a turn, maybe a full turn, but just don't crank that bad boy on, because you want to be able to get it off. And again, hopefully it goes without saying, but don't Loctite any of this stuff unless you really hate whoever's bike you're working on. That would just be a bad thing. And don't over torque it, because you can strip out the aluminum threads in the oil pan. All right, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See you in the next video. So again, I just want to talk about how cool this thing is. Very low profile. So I slid this right underneath a Scout bobber, which is a pretty low bike to begin with. Got the place to empty it right up here at top, and it just ends up being like a jerry can you can carry. So I actually carried this, put it in the back of my truck, full of oil, and then took it and had them drain it. So when you're ready to use it under the bike, you just remove these plugs, both of these, set it up underneath the bike, and then drain your oil. You're done. Wipe it down, and then you're ready for the next use. Scratch it up a little bit on the back, but scooching it around. But yeah, this is awesome. So thanks again, TCMT. I'll leave a link in the description of where to get this. You can use Messy Garage as a coupon code as well. Save a little bit of money on this. Highly recommend. This is so much nicer than actually having to put it up on a jack and get under there with a bigger catch, oil catch. So again, check those out. I'll leave a link in the description. That's an awesome tool to have. So thanks a lot, TCMT. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.